When was the last time you experienced a sense of unease that a significant shift or warning was coming to you? What if I told you that heavenly communications can occasionally direct us towards a critical conclusion about someone in our lives? What would you think about that kind of information? I went through a period of great spiritual contemplation a few years ago. I was going through this phase. An experience that I can only characterize as a powerful warning came to me one evening when I was engaged in a reflective meditation session. It was about a woman whose presence, or possibly in the lives of those I cared about, was something I needed to pay particular attention to. I was concerned about her. This communication did not come in the form of a voice, but rather as a profound and resonant sensation that something big was wrong. Why should you continue to subscribe? This video will dive into how divine communications function, specifically when they warn us about individuals who have the potential to influence our lives in ways that we did not anticipate. When you have a deeper grasp of these messages, you can recognize and act upon them, allowing you to walk your spiritual journey with greater clarity and confidence. Let us discover the divine signs and acquire the skills to read them accurately. Revelations from the divine are robust communications that frequently arrive when we least expect them. They can manifest themselves in various ways, including visions, dreams, intuitive sensations, or even through the deliverance of messages by other people. In order to comprehend these cautions, one must possess an open mind and a receptive heart. These messages are not only random signals, rather, they are frequently intended to direct us on our journey through significant periods in our lives. The essence of a divine warning is a message from a higher power intended to bring to our attention something that demands careful consideration. Numerous civilizations and religious traditions have acknowledged the reality of divine warnings throughout human history. In ancient scriptures, these warnings have been described as appearing in prophetic dreams, angelic visions, or even through the words of knowledgeable individuals. Divine warnings are believed to be a protective mechanism, directing humans away from potential damage or towards significant life choices. Many different spiritual traditions share this belief. As an illustration, in the Christian religion, divine warnings are frequently depicted through parables or direct revelations. Visions from the gods in the Hindu religion. It is important to remember that the purpose of these messages is to provide direction and protection. Angels are frequently regarded as intermediaries between the realms of the divine and the human world. They can communicate with us in various ways, including startling realizations, recurring signs, or even through the individuals we come into contact with. Tuning into our spiritual senses and being able to identify when an angelic presence is guiding us are both necessary steps in comprehending these communications. The messages that angels send are only sometimes clear or straightforward. Occasionally, they manifest as nudging sensations or the sensation that something is wrong. It is possible, for instance, that you will experience a feeling of disquiet that is incomprehensible regarding a person or a circumstance and then later discover that this feeling was a warning of a future problem. The key to correctly interpreting these signals is to be able to discriminate between the daily worry experienced and accurate angelic instruction. How can one determine whether or not a message is divine? It would help if you kept an eye out for the following indicators. A sense of urgency or repetition frequently accompanies the divine's messages. When you find yourself repeatedly confronted with the same warning in various settings, it may indicate that you ought to pay further attention. Divine warnings typically strike a chord deep within your feelings when they are genuine. There is a possibility that they will elicit a profound sense of disquiet or clarity that goes beyond the typical anxiety. The message should be based on the spiritual truths and principles you have insight into. You can seek additional validation if it is in direct opposition to your fundamental values or if it appears to originate from a place of fear rather than love. In the various religious and spiritual narratives told across cultures, women have played prominent roles. A great number of religious scriptures portray women as prophets, visionaries, or important figures in the transmission of heavenly messages. To give just one example, in the Christian religion, individuals like Mary and Joan of Arc are revered for the divine experiences and messages they received. When we better understand women's roles in these situations, we can comprehend the significance of a divine warning regarding a woman. Women are frequently depicted in spiritual narratives as representing elements of wisdom, intuition, and development. In light of this, a heavenly message involving a woman may be pointing towards these characteristics or signifying a big transition involving such characteristics. In situations where a divine warning singles out a lady, it is of the utmost importance to consider the qualities associated with this particular person. The warning may be about someone in your near circle, or it could be about someone you haven't met yet. Pay close attention to the characteristics that are outlined in the message. Observe the woman to determine if she displays behaviors inconsistent with what you previously knew. Consider how the acts or presence of this individual might affect your life or the lives of those who are in your immediate vicinity. Sometimes, the woman in the message may not represent a particular person but rather represent broader attributes or issues more generally. It is possible for divine warnings about persons to have a significant impact on human relationships. These messages may lead you to re-evaluate your interactions, establish boundaries, or address the issues at the situation's root. For instance, if you are presented with a warning regarding a lady who appears to have a detrimental effect on your well-being, this may indicate that you should reconsider the relationship you are currently in. In these circumstances, it is absolutely necessary to approach them with empathy or clarity. While you are thinking about the message, you should also analyze how it corresponds to your experiences and observations. Addressing possible problems at an early stage can avoid misunderstandings and ensure that your actions are in accordance with the spiritual advice you have received. Historical accounts can provide valuable insights into how divine warnings have been carried out in the past. Historical figures such as Joan of Arc, who received divine guidance regarding her mission, and Saint Teresa of Avila, who experienced great spiritual discoveries, demonstrate how heavenly instructions about women have influenced key events. Examining these cases can help us acquire a more profound comprehension of the possible connotations and meanings associated with heavenly messages. In addition to illuminating the transforming potential of such warnings, these cases provide direction on interpreting and acting upon them. If given a divine warning, it is of the utmost importance to embrace the message with reverence while also taking specific actions. I will tell you what you can do. Before taking action, confirmation should be sought through prayer, meditation, or communication with trusted spiritual counselors. Invest some time in contemplating the message's personal significance. It is essential to consider how it fits into your life and the adjustments you might need to make. It is essential to ensure that your actions align with your comprehension of the message before implementing any adjustments or precautions directed to you. The experience of receiving a supernatural warning can profoundly influence the psychological and emotional health of the individual. The nature of the message may generate fear, bewilderment, or even relief, depending on the individual's reaction to it. Understanding and effectively regulating these impacts is necessary to maintain emotional equilibrium. Support systems, such as friends, family, or spiritual mentors, can provide quite beneficial assistance. Self-care, which includes activities such as mindfulness and relaxation techniques, can also be useful in managing stress or emotional upheaval. Prayer and meditation are robust methods for acquiring clarity on heavenly teachings. They assist you in establishing a connection with your inner self and getting direction from a higher power. Praying and meditation at regular intervals can improve your capacity to accept and understand heavenly warnings. Consider the possibility of building a regimen that incorporates prayer and meditation as regular activities. Use these techniques to gain a deeper comprehension of the message and to align your actions with the guidance of the divine. Intuition is a significant factor in identifying and comprehending heavenly instructions. To determine whether or not a message is genuine, it is necessary to communicate with one's inner sensations and emotions. If you want to strengthen your ability to receive and act upon divine warnings, you should work on developing your intuitive powers. Writing, mindfulness, and intuitive exercises can strengthen your intuition. Regarding heavenly direction, paying heed to your gut sensations and inner prompting is essential because they frequently reveal valuable insights. The purpose of divine warnings is not limited to only preventing harm. They frequently act as accelerators for personal development and transformation. When you give these teachings some thought, you may gain great insights and make beneficial changes in your life. Consider how the warning fits in with the goals you have set for your personal development and your spiritual path. Take advantage of the chance for personal growth and change that these messages present to you. Great thinking is required to effectively communicate heavenly instructions to others. When dealing with circumstances of this nature, it is essential to handle them with sensitivity and respect, ensuring that the message is communicated in a beneficial and productive manner. When communicating, it is important to concentrate on the positive aspects of the message and offer direction on how to implement it. To avoid causing the recipient unnecessary alarm or grief, you should respect their own process of understanding and accepting the situation. In today's world, divine messages are frequently understood by looking at them through the prism of contemporary spirituality and other psychological theories. This viewpoint has the potential to provide fresh insights into how we comprehend and react to those who issue divine warnings. Comparing contemporary views with historical viewpoints can help one gain a more comprehensive understanding of the development of these messages and their relevance to the present day. Faith is a very important factor in how we understand and respond to divine warnings. Numerous religious traditions exist, each providing a distinctive viewpoint on divine communications, which in turn influences how individuals understand and react to these warnings. It can be helpful to understand how your religious tradition interprets heavenly messages to provide a context for interpreting and acting upon them. To strengthen your relationship with spiritual direction, it is essential to be open to the teachings and practices of your faith. Consultation with spiritual leaders or mentors can validate heavenly messages and provide new insights. These people can provide you with direction, support, and a more comprehensive perspective on interpreting and acting upon the messages you receive. Choose knowledgeable spiritual counselors you can trust. Participate in open and honest talks to acquire further clarity and comprehension. Skepticism and doubt are natural responses to divine communications, mainly when they contain significant changes or warnings. Skepticism and doubt are natural responses. To address these feelings, you must first acknowledge your fears and then look for reassurance through implementing spiritual practices and assistance. Participate in techniques that encourage introspection and seek confirmation through prayer and meditation. You talk about your uncertainties with experienced spiritual advisors to obtain perspective and assistance. Warnings from the divine are essential to spiritual journeys because they direct individuals toward personal development, safety, and alignment with their intended higher purpose. Contemplate how these teachings are integral to your extensive spiritual journey and personal growth. Consider how each warning fits into the bigger picture of your journey and how you might incorporate the newfound knowledge into your everyday life. In conclusion, divine warnings regarding individuals have the potential to provide them with meaningful insights and direction. If you comprehend and interpret these signals, you will be able to travel your spiritual path with better clarity and purpose. Take advantage of the advice being provided, and have an open mind to the transforming potential that divine messages can bring into your life.